Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Appreciate you tuning in once again. So we made it back from our Detroit model show last Sunday. The show was put on by the Detroit Area Auto Modelers Group. Man, you guys did a great, awesome job in the show. Congratulations to you. It was a fantastic show. Busy as usual. Lots of vendors. A lot of models on the table. A fine show you put on. It was good times. I love it. So as you see at the beginning of the video, I put up another card for the show coming up for November. That is because you guys got to get ready. Be prepared. The show's going to get here before you know it. I don't want to rush it because, you know, Michigan, we enjoy our summer. So, you know, so I don't want to rush it too much, but I am on the other side of it. Can't wait for the next show to come up. So that being said, they have two themes this year, kind of your main theme and a sub-theme. I'll put the card up on the screen. Here we go. So your main theme is your class of 64. So anything 64. So this is preparing you guys for this coming show so you can know, like, hey man, I need to build one of these, or this is what I need to get out my stash and either polish it up or modify it or do whatever. So most of us know that this year is the 60th anniversary of the Mustang. It's probably why they're doing class 64 is my guess. So obviously they got a GTO on there, they got an old Plymouth on there, so your own Palas. Whatever you have that is built in 64, bring it along and put it on the table. It'll be awesome. And their sub-theme is 4x4s, anything in the 4x4 class. So good stuff there, great stuff. Once again, I appreciate everybody that come up, chit-chatting, that's watches the channel. Man, I appreciate that. It means a lot to me. I really enjoy talking to everybody. It was good seeing everybody. And seeing a lot of my YouTubers out there. There's a lot of you guys. Craig from D.A.A.M, Phil Horton's Hot Rod, and I see a lot of the Ohio guys were up. Awesome, see you guys there. James Tester, is always good talking to you. And I tell you what, I'll show you a picture over here. James has this cool looking Dodge. James, I got to build one. I just got to tell you, I want to build that car. I love the looks of that car. I always have, and I really like the decals, like the drag pack decals. Yeah, I got to build that. So I'm sorry I'm going to steal your idea. And yeah, because I like that. That'll look good sitting on the shelf. Oh, wait, I don't display my stuff. They sit in boxes. But I will find a display for it and get it put up if and when I build one. Because I think that is such a cool model. James had a lot of nice models on the table. So awesome. So I brought 16 of them down myself. I thought, you know what, if you're going to these shows, you might as well make it worth your while. Yeah, I mean, I got a lot here to choose from to bring, so it's just like, you know, I'll bring this one and whatever. So I was in Saginaw, and Craig from D-Factory Rat, he had this cart. We called it the granny cart, and I thought, dude, where'd you get that? So he had this granny cart, and I thought, oh man, I gotta have one. So wife picked me up one. So that's why I didn't mind bringing so many models this time, because I can haul them in now. So Craig had one, and I thought, dude, that was awesome. So a great idea. I see a few other people has them. I thought, man, that was awesome, grabbing that cart. And I took it down to Ohio the first time for me, and everybody's like, man, that's serious right there. Hey, I'm not carrying this stuff anymore. You know, I always park too far away, so it's just, I'm huffing and puffing time to get to the door. Tells you how out of shape I am, but yeah, that's another story. So anyways, like I say, it's good talking to everybody, and also I was talking to Mike Kinkle and his family. Man, it's always good talking to you guys. And Mike does model builds once in a while. He does like consignment builds here and there. And I was talking to them. They also had a booth they were selling model kits. And Mike gave me one of his decals, one of his stickers. So I appreciate that, man. I really do. Thank you so much for that. That's awesome. I love getting stickers. And he also gave me a couple more. A friend of his makes these up. And I got another one here. So I'm going to probably put that one on my little carrying cases. And this one I thought was pretty cool. Kind of like the Rat Fink theme, but this more with a ram. How awesome is that? So I appreciate that very much. Speaking of decals, when I was out on the floor, once I finally made it to the other side of the show, I run into James Tester again. We kind of run into each other quite a bit out there. And he was telling me he was over at Ray's Decals getting some decals or looking at them. I don't know if he actually bought any or not, but so I thought, you know what, I'm going to go over and take a look. There's a few decals I'd like to get. STS was not there this year. They were there last year, but when I was in Ohio, I did talk to the folks at STS, and I took a sample or the decals down for the 79 monogram pace car Mustang. I've been wanting to build that for a while, but the decals are kind of so I thought, I knew they're going to be there. I took some decals down for Tony Lancer, and I thought, you know what, I'm taking him some. I'm going to take some for myself. So those are being made, so hopefully I'll get those back soon. I told him no rush, no rush. We'll get them when I get them. So that was awesome. And anyways, Ray's Decals were there at this show. So if you guys have never been to Ray's Decals website, check that out. I'll put a link in the description below. I believe these are made over across the pond over in Europe, I believe. But they do have kind of dealers, so to speak, here in the States. And he had all the decals you can imagine for most of your popular 70s, 60s cars, all that kind of stuff, even up to the 80s, like your IROCs and your Mustangs and Trans Ams, all that kind of stuff. So I was looking through his booklet, right? And he had some decals for 85 SVO Mustang. I thought, really? I gotta have those. So let me put those up real quick for you. So I picked these guys up. So you get this first decal sheet. So this first one you get, obviously the decals for the SVO. And I really like on the sheet is you get the decals for an LX50, or you get the 2-3 emblems that some guys put on. So I'd like to build another one of the 90 LX50 drag car, and I thought that'd be awesome. I could use those 50 decals on the fender and the LX on the trunk. And I also see they give you some BF Goodrich tires decals for the tires, because we all know those MPC kits, they always come with those BF Goodrich tires, those raised leather tires, which is okay, but you know, it's every model they make, it's got that same tire in there. And for this car, this had 16s on it, if I remember correctly, back in the day, which was a big deal back in '84. Probably the average tire size was a 14. So if you had a 16, that was something like, whoa, you know, oh man, I couldn't imagine replacing those. I mean, nowadays that's like a spare tire, you know, at minimum. So yeah, so I thought that was cool for that. And then also in this decal sheet or kit, you also get this decal set. I'll show you here quick, which is cool because they give you gauges for an 80. I thought, how cool is that? 7980, because I did have an 80 Mustang back in the day, and the back of the gauges were green, just like they replicate here, which they did a good job. And then 82, 83 gauges and so on. So a lot of cool decals on here, and you got some Shelby decals for like little hubcaps, some Ford logos, and they also have the GT and GT Turbo decals on the bottom from the mid-80s. Very cool looking. You don't ever see those decals ever. So you get those as a set when you buy them to get, you know, you get one, you get the other. So they come as a package. So very cool. So go down and check out Ray's Decal Set. Decals, very cool. The guy I talked to, very, very, very good guy. And I also ordered some decals for a Thunderbird Super Coupe, the anniversary car. So when those come in, I am going to build that car as well. Those are for the 90 Super Coupe. I believe that was the anniversary car. So those are in the on the fire, in the works, however you want to say it, and all that good stuff. So like I say, I brought quite a few models down, and I didn't realize I was walking around the table. So my 87 Thunderbird Turbo Coupe had a card beside it to get a photo taken for the magazine. I thought, oh, awesome. So I took that over there. That's the first time that's been photographed. And I didn't realize, of course, it was now towards the end of the show, I didn't realize my snowplow also had one of these cards on it to get it photographed. And I thought, that would have been cool to get that picture taken, but I missed it. So, you know, because you guys know, you go to these model shows, they only put a certain amount of time up for you to get photographs done, and when it's done, they're done. So I went over there, and the guy's over there just rolling up everything. I thought, next time I'll get it. Oh well, it was my fault. I didn't know there was one on there, you know. Just I was all busy chit-chatting with everybody and walking around and all that stuff. So it was funny walking around out on the floor, like, and I run into Phil Horton from Horton's Hot Rods. He has his YouTube channel as well, and Phil had 2 huge bags. I'm talking like huge bags. And I thought, man, Phil, you did some serious shit. I'm talking like leaf size bag, like leaf bags. And he's like, nope, this is my second trip. I thought, dang, you're doing some serious shopping. Good for you, man. I hope you found everything you're looking for, because you had quite a load there. So, and here I'm walking around with nothing. And so Phil and I were walking around for a little bit. And I mentioned to you guys a while back, actually on the last video, that I want to do another Superstones truck. And he watched that video before I come to the show. And he's pointing out, he said, hey, there's one of the Superstones truck. Hey, there's another one. So I thought, okay, I better pick one up. So I did. I picked up another one of these. This is a cool model. I like the looks of this build, just like it is. And I say, I've seen this many times that you guys have built this, you know, just as blue or two-tone or something, not the Superstones version. And I'm going to do another one just like this, because I want to compare it to my previous one I did to kind of more today's standards, I guess. You know, like I say, I feel I've improved somewhat over the years since I built this one. So I'd kind of like to see how I do on it this time around. And I'm going to do a build series on this, and this will be coming up pretty quick here probably. We're going to do that. So I probably still have one here somewhere. I don't feel like crawling on the table and, you know, digging them out. So I don't know. I just picked up another one. Is what it is. So other than that, like I say, I brought quite a few kits down, and I actually was surprised. I won a few first places. I won a couple of them. So I was pretty happy with that. Unexpected. Once again, I want to thank everybody for putting the show on, and appreciate this very much to all the judges. I was not expecting that, let's put it that way, because there's some very, very beautiful builds on the table. And in the video I'll have coming up, actually I'll show you a picture over here right now, and you'll see it later in a walk around video. So there's this Mustang there, twin turbo, like a drag car. Chris from Raisin Cane Resins, he built a model of this car, and I talked to him about it, and he spent hours and hours designing the resin, you know, for the resin prints for this kit. And he built a replica of this. He talked to the guy, I think he said at Autorama, and they put it up on a hoist. Chris went and took tons of pictures of this thing, went home, did some CAD designing, made all the 3D parts he needed for it, printed everything out, and built the model. And then he ended up giving the model to the guy that owned the car after the show, which I thought, how cool was that? So very cool, Chris. That was amazing looking. Wow, that was cool. But either way, very, very nice, very cool build. So first one I got was for box stock. For first place was for the 71 Boss 351. I keep wanting to call it a Mach 1. So that was very cool. Like I say, it was unexpected for me. And the second one was for light truck. So the snowplow took a first place. So I thought that was really cool. I really never won anything with that. Like I say, I don't build mine to be all competitive with them and whatnot. You get something, you don't. It's not a big deal. So that's just the way it goes. And yeah, so at the end of the show, they had everybody stick around, and I don't know if everybody got one or not, but I was kind of packing stuff up, and the guy comes up to me and he says, hey, and I apologize, I don't remember your name, and he says, you got a couple first places, didn't you? And I said, yeah. He says, on the table there's some models, everybody that won a first place, go grab a model kit. And I thought, awesome. So I picked up 2 kits while I was in there, and you guys know I like my Mustang, so I picked up this 66 Mustang hardtop, and I think this is a cool car. I got one on the shelf. I have never built it, and I figured that one's open. That's the original AMT Ertl kit, so I think I'll build that one. I'll just leave this one sealed up in the plastic for now. So I'll get that one going. And this is a different kit. I almost didn't grab this. There was another kit I kind of had my eye on, but I thought, you know what? I've never built this, and there's probably one I don't know if I'd really buy it or not. And I thought, I'll give it a try. It's a Polar Lights Richard Petty Torino Talladega. So check that out. Yeah, so I'm going to try that out. Try my hand at this one. I used to build NASCAR kits all the time, the old monogram kits. I built tons of them over the years. And I kind of got out of them because I don't watch NASCAR much anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to give this a try. And I have some Petty Blue left over from when I did the USACC build, the group build we did a couple years ago on the 70 Plymouth. I did the top half in Petty Blue. So I have over a half a bottle of MCW. So I figured, hey, I already got the paint, so we'll get that rolling and go from there. So other than that, like I said, it was a great show. If you guys missed it, hey, there's no one coming up in November. So, yeah, so we'll be putting some videos up of show coverage, walking around, all that good stuff. So there'll be a link in the description below for most of the guys I mentioned here. Like say for the YouTube channels, go check them out. Check out Ray's Decals. Also put a link in the STS Decals also, if you guys are interested in those as well. Like I said, the Ray's Decals are pretty cool. He had a lot of nice decals, very crisp looking. So check that out. So, all right, guys, I guess that's going to wrap it up for now. And I will see you guys on the next video. You guys have a good one, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.